Please.
But, okay, so you didn't get a credential. That doesn't mean you can't, like, for instance, we didn't get 3 credentials, we got 2. I still went to the draft, I'm still here talking to you about it. I still got all the information, maybe you can't get down on the floor, but you can still react to things. I mean, if you really want to go and make the pilgrimage to Montreal like we did, and wrap around curl, I mean, you can still
and that's why it's such a straw man argument when the teams that don't want to be accessible to bloggers, and they make that argument of, well, if we let one in, they'll all want to come in. I'm like, really? They will? Because honestly, most bloggers never want to sit in the press box. No. And they never want to have to go and talk to Sidney Crosby after a game and hear the same canned answers he said to the other 3
That's because he's a douchebag.
Well, you know, so like the fact is that a lot of bloggers are just cool doing watching it on TV or being in the arena, that kind of thing.
Well, and listen, and that's a great. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Greg, but that's
I was going on too long.
Yeah, no, well, yeah.
We were playing you off.
We were playing you off.
But one second.
Oh, absolutely.
The greatest keyboard cat ever, and I encourage everyone listening to
No,
look it up.
I can probably challenge that.
Remember the Sharks fan who freaked out about the Sharks being limited? The great thing about that one was they actually intercut scenes of keyboard cat about to play. So like he's going on his rant, and keyboard cat is personally keyboard, and you're like it builds the anticipation until keyboard cat plays him off. And you were saying, Lyle?
No, did you have a question?
I was actually going to say there is a clear division, like from the bloggers I've talked to, because like there are some that specifically don't want to like be corporate at all. Like I've had some people been offered like advertisements from Versus, they don't want anything to do with it. And like I can understand that, whereas like I'm like, hey, they send me free shit once in a while, why not? Like it doesn't bother me because it's not like they influence my content.
And and actually that's a different point as well that I would.
Because some people specifically want to exist outside the organization.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
And like my problems with the Chiefs, like I make it clear I have nothing to do with them, and even then they said I needed credentials to write a blog, and I'm like, suck it. Like that's really cute, but no.
And see that's just to sidetrack for a second. That's something actually that I found interesting is because for me I very much enjoy having ads on my site because that helps me make a living doing this. It's one of the pillars that's actually giving me an opportunity to do a fairly comfortable living just doing what I'm doing now, covering hockey. But so it's just kind of interesting when I hear people say, no, I don't want any ads, man, or no, these guys approached me, like Fox approached me. Like I remember a few years ago, my Fox editor asked me, listen, can you give me a list of like 20 blogs that you follow and enjoy because we'd like to approach them, see if they would be interested in contributing material. And I thought, yeah, great. So I gave them the list and all that. They contacted them, and only about 6 of them, only 6 of them, were willing to actually contribute to Fox Sports. And I was kind of blown away by that because I thought, my God, here's an opportunity for you to get your work outside of your little sphere, and no offense about you having your little sphere, but and I don't mean that derogatorily, but to broaden your audience.
You have to give up stuff. You have to give up stuff. I can't write the same way I wrote on Deadspin on your right.
We talked about that.
Yeah, and that's a real pain in the ass sometimes. Like to not be able to because it is a constraint on the way that I write. I mean, the way I write in a normal circumstance is somewhat profane.
But could you not do? Could you not do? Which is what I've done. Is on my website. I also have what I call the soapbox. I've had that for years. In fact, I was doing the soapbox thing before there was ever any such thing as blogs. I prefer Pioneer.
I used to read the soapbox on my Commodore 64.
You got the right back behind you?
There you go. But the point I'm saying though is that I'm able to write like whatever any way that I feel on my website, and for Fox Sports, okay, well I just kind of clean it up a little bit, and
think of it this way.
It doesn't bother me because I feel comfortable in both realms. Do you know what I mean?
I dropped an F-bomb on Twitter yesterday when I found out that a window washer was outside my window, and it freaked me out because it was on the 23rd floor.
Yeah.
And one of the
Spider-Man.
One of the PR
Where the fuck are you staying on the 23rd floor?
I'm at the Marriott. One of the PR guys from one of the teams is like, Are you allowed to drop an F-bomb on Twitter? And I said to myself, honestly, I'm probably not, because I tell people on Yahoo to go read coverage on Twitter. And like, I never say, by the way, I might drop an F-bomb once in a while.
Or you'll see pictures of sandwiches.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, which can be very profane depending on the sandwich.
Greg Wyshynski's World of Sandwiches.
So I mean, even in other venues,
Yeah.
as someone who works for a corporate media who is very careful about what their employees say publicly, because I once got in trouble for publishing an oral sex joke. I got to be careful about that kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No. It's a fascinating debate. I think things are getting a lot better.
Yeah.
But to go back to what you were saying before, anybody who wants to go to one of these events and go for the purpose of asking people questions in order to do their job, my contention is always be let them have the right. Let them have the opportunity to do that. You let everybody else in because you believe that they have a legitimacy because of the media that they work for. Let everybody in. If somebody wants to do what I do and go and talk to like Landon Ferraro about how he had the flop sweats when no one got picked, when he didn't get picked in the first round.
And you gotta figure, like, it's a different atmosphere as well. Because if they actually think they're gonna talk shit and stuff like that when they're on the dance, when they get there and actually see it, it's so much more intimidating.
Yeah,
than it actually is.
and also underwhelming.
Yeah.
You might go as a blogger and be like, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. This is a dream come true.
Yeah.
And you find out I can't do anything I want to do in this environment.
Yeah.
You know, and that might be the case.
Yeah.
But the great thing about what Leontis did with the Capitals is you now have an opportunity in DC, if you're a blogger, to figure out what it is you want to do.
Yeah.
And there are some people that don't go to the press box, and there are some people that do. And just having that opportunity, I think, was a learning experience for people. You know what I mean?
And that's a great point that you make. I mean, not everybody is going to want to go to these things. I mean, this was I've been covering, the NHL on my own and through Fox Sports now since 1998.
Right.
And this is the first draft that I've ever attended live.
Yeah.
Usually, I sit at home in my underwear.
In your mom's basement?
Yeah, in my mom's basement because I am, of course, a stereotypical blogger.
Playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Indeed.
And we're really
Let's not.
I'm sorry. Greg.
That's just genetics.
To offend you.
If I had my 20-sided dice right now, I'd roll double.
I rolled 20s.
So, but I mean, I found I found I was getting great coverage by watching it on TV every year, and I could, I felt that I was getting terrific feedback and getting all the news that I needed because especially on TSN, I mean, they do a great job. I don't think there's anybody out there that does a better job covering.
They're monsters.
Than TSN. They're monsters. Yeah.
Drink.
I will not allow you to besmirch the good name of the Versus Network.
Oh yeah, well of course.
I don't do that because they have ads on my site.
I got a phone pop.
Because why?
I have versus ads on my site.
Oh, so now you're Versus pimp is what you are?
Sort of.
Oh, I see.
It doesn't, but like I don't.
We haven't had the opportunity to sell out yet.
No, we have.
We did, and then the
Versus
lockout
is
happened.
really easy. Like you can just email them, and be like, hey, I like such and such. Can I have ads? They'll give them to you. Like they'll work with you, and like I'll randomly get packages in the mail with like a bunch of free shit. Like I got like a jersey, pucks. I got like this really huge shirt that probably fits someone who weighs 400 pounds. And like
So what size fits all?
yeah.